Fat Don't Fly principle number 3, relative strength is king. So I always talk about this term adaptive energy, right? It's one thing to have enough energy to go get through your workout. It's a whole nother thing to have enough energy to make an adaptation, right? People forget, if I'm trying to actually adapt and build muscle and improve explosiveness and build stronger muscles, build stronger tendons, it takes energy to make those adaptations within the body. And so you have X amount of nutrients, you have X amount of resources that your body can give towards an adaptation. And we call that adaptive energy. Now, when you're in a caloric deficit, our adaptive energy is even lower than it normally would be. So when you're in a caloric deficit, anytime we're trying to lose weight, that is not the time to have training ADD and say, this is my time to go all out on agility. And I'm going to do a lot of plyometrics because I'm trying to improve elasticity in the tendons. And I'm also going to lift maximally because I want to improve strength. But I'm also going to do a ton of cardio because I want to improve conditioning. And I also want to improve my maximal sprinting speed. Now, we can touch on all of these qualities, but we have to have one clear priority. And that one priority is relative strength. And when I say relative strength, I mean strength compared to our body weight. So already, if we just maintain our strength, since we're losing 1 to 2 pounds per week, our relative strength is transforming. Now, a lot of people on this program actually increase their absolute strength. So the total amount of weight they lift, the total amount of force that they can produce on the force plates in a jump, that actually increases, plus the weight drops. Now our relative strength is just being completely transformed, right? So that's what happened with me. Like my quarter squat strength transformed. I think I added like 80 to 100 pounds on my quarter squat strength. Now, I wasn't doing a lot of quarter squats before, but from the beginning of the program to the end of the program, my quarter squat strength transformed while losing body weight. And so my relative strength just went through the roof throughout the 8-week program. Now, the beautiful thing is when we improve that relative strength, guess what happens? Your agility might transform because now we're making our cuts with higher relative impulse. So the amount of force we put in the ground compared to our body weight can actually go up just from that relative strength. On our force plates, we normally tell the difference. On our force plate jumps, normally our relative impulse goes up. And so we didn't have to focus on doing a lot of jumping or doing a lot of agility. We improved all of those things by improving relative strength. And so when you're on the Fat Don't Fly program or when you're in a caloric deficit in general, you have to remember, if you chase 2 chickens, you catch none. So that's the classic quote in strength and conditioning, which basically just means focus on one thing, kill it, go all in, and then move on to the next. Now, that isn't always the thing. When you have enough adaptive energy, sometimes you can attack 2 qualities at a time, and then you can touch up on other things. But when you're in a caloric deficit, I'm a huge believer that we want to focus on that relative strength, and then that's going to improve all these other qualities. Now, we're still going to do conditioning, and we incorporate some sprint work, and we incorporate some extensive plyos where we're introducing elasticity and gradually ramping up, because I feel like those things always have to be a part of a program. Never is there a period of 8 weeks in an athlete's life that I think plyometrics should be removed. I think that can be detrimental for the tendons because then they're so detrained. When you get back into it, it's really hard to build up that tolerance again. And so we are touching on all of these different qualities, but we have one clear goal, and that one priority is relative strength. Now, to build relative strength, you're going to have to be at a minor caloric deficit. If you slash calories too fast, you're not going to have the energy to get through the workouts or the adaptive energy to rebuild that muscle. Also, we're going to have to take long enough rest periods. We're going to have to lift at a pretty high intensity. So we're not going to all of a sudden go lightweight, high repetition. Occasionally we'll do some of that, but for the most part on our compound lifts, we're going to stay pretty much under 8 repetitions when we're really focused on building strength. Second half of the Fat Don't Fly program, we get down even lower. We have a lot of 3 sets of 4, 4 sets of 4, that type stuff where we're pretty low on the repetitions and we're high on the intensity. So we're moving some weight. And throughout the whole program, we are staying explosive. We are training the fast twitch fibers because we want better relative explosiveness and better relative strength to really transform your athleticism while getting lean. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this little talk. I hope you guys really understand those 3 principles, because if you have those 3 principles, you have the good fundamentals that you need to lose fat, to build muscle, to get more explosive in the process. Now, there's many, many, many more principles that Fat Don't Fly revolves around. This is just the tip of the iceberg, but I feel like those are the 3 most important things that you guys need to know based on the mistakes that I see in other athletes when they're trying to get shredded and improve athleticism. So if you're ready to hop on the Fat Don't Fly program, you could head over to pjfperformance.net, click on training, and click on Fat Don't Fly. We have an early bird special that saves you a lot of money. It's not going to be live for much longer. So go sign up for that. Let's get started on this 8-week transformation. Take your before and after pictures and send them to me. We're going to be giving out big cash prizes, gear, Adidas shoes, PJF merchandise. So be sure to take your before and after pictures. Most importantly, I just want you to get in the best shape of your life. I want you to get shredded. I want you to get abs. I want you to jump higher, to run faster, and I want you to do it while improving movement quality. It's only going to help your results when you get back into a vert code type of program where we're then focusing on rate of force development and elasticity and those type of traits. It's only going to accelerate your results long term. Let's get this work.